Yo, what up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to Keep It 9450 Codename WBB. I'm Daniel Artest. Lolo's in the building as usual. Happy Sunday. Lauren, what's going on? Talk to me.
It's been a long week. But I'm in good spirits. There's a lot of basketball on today. Not great basketball, to be honest, but we did have a pretty good week of basketball, so we should just hop right in. We should get the all of the business out of the way first, though, before we start to recap the games.
What business we got?
We gotta shout out our sponsors, all of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go ahead, set it off, man. Get us right.
You got the clip or something for me? You got something on here for me?
Well, I got the only thing I got definitely got one clip. I don't got the other
Okay,
one though.
that's
No.
fine.
All right, hold on one second. Let me pull this out. Yeah, it's been a little different day for me today, but we getting through it. All right, let's make it happen. All right, today's
Oh,
sponsor.
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I go. You go. I go. Today's sponsor is Welsh Mode. Experience the unique journey of Welsh Mode coffee. Each cup offers a taste of adventure crafted by a diversity-led team committed to inclusivity and premium flavors. Join us for a delightful ride through life's moments, celebrating, exploring, and moving with the boldest brews around. Go Welsh Mode, www.welshmodecoffee.com. Also, SeatGeek, you know what I'm saying? Listen, wherever you want to get your concert tickets at, game tickets and everything, please go to SeatGeek. Use the 9450 as your code for $20 off of your tickets and everything like that. So salute to them. Salute to SeatGeek. I know we got hopefully another sponsor coming soon and stuff. So, we working, y'all. We working, trying to make this thing happen for y'all and everything. So good evening. Like Lauren said, today was a weird day of WBB basketball, but we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to recap the games from Wednesday all the way up until Saturday, starting with the New York Liberty on May 29th. They beat the Phoenix Mercury 81-78. Sabrina Ionescu had 22 points, 9 assists, and John Cole Jones had 20 points, 10 points in that final fourth quarter. This game was a game of runs, to be honest. The Liberty had a 14-0 run in the first quarter. The Mercury ended up responding back with their own 12-0 run. And then in the fourth quarter, in the final minutes, the Liberty went on a 9-0 run to finish the game. So, Lo, what was your thoughts about, this game with the Liberty and the Mercury?
It's funny because the Mercury started off terrible. Looked like the Liberty were going to run away with the victory, with an easy victory. They were leading by 13 points heading into the second quarter. And I actually tweeted after they were up 13 heading into the second. I actually tweeted, I was like, let's see if the Liberty is going to play with their food and let Phoenix come back. And they did just that. In the second quarter, they came back, outscoring the Liberty 24-14 in that quarter. And the Liberty headed into halftime with only a 3-point lead. I think JJ had a great game. 10 of those 20 points that she scored was in the fourth quarter. She had ended the game with 20 points, 7 boards on 63% shooting. And like you said, Sabrina shot well, especially from deep. Hit 4 of 9 of her 3-pointers, had 22 points, 9 assists, and 6 boards. A lot of people haven't really been talking about Sabrina this year. The hate kind of shifted. But it's hard to hate because she is having a outstanding year so far. She's playing more fluidly. She's playing more freely. And before the beginning of the year, she flat out said it, like, this is the best all season that I feel like I've had, coming into the league. So I'm interested to see if she can keep this kind of momentum going because the Liberty desperately need it. They've been winning games, but as we can see, like, they like to play with their food. They like to allow other teams to get back in the game. So we'll see how the rest of her season goes. And on the Phoenix side, Natasha Cloud had 21 points. She hit 3 threes on the night. Kai had 20 points as well, and she ended up missing all 5 of her 3-pointers. So good news for them. I read an article that said Brittany Griner is slowly starting to do some on the court work. So I wonder how quickly they can ramp her up. And also, Beck Allen should be out of concussion protocol soon because she's been missing a few games. So I think that Once they get her back, we'll really be able to see Phoenix in full strength. I'm interested to see how they do when everyone's back healthy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this Liberty team is at full strength, man. But like K-Dot would say, the stone foot. I'm sorry, with Phoenix. Well, Phoenix at full strength, I think that I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more teams just better than them and everything. It just depends on what Brittany Griner's gonna how she's gonna come back. Obviously, with the foot injury, we don't know how cardio is going to be when she returns and stuff. So but I do like Phoenix as a team, but I just feel like without their big, and we don't know how like I said, Brittany's cardio is going to be. Like I don't know, but like you said, I want to see how Phoenix looks upon BG's return and everything. Text winners in the comments, y'all. So please leave your comments as we are live on YouTube and everything. As we move forward to the next subject, on May 30th, we had the Las Vegas Aces and the Minnesota Lynx. The Aces easily took this game away, 80-66. Asia Wilson, another one. 29 points, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks. Jackie Young had 19 points and 10 assists. Kelsey Plum had 10 points. The game was okay. It was okay or whatever to the fourth quarter. Then the Aces is going this crazy 20-5 run and everything. And we was looking forward to this game being the game. Like we was actually hyped. We was actually very excited. But it was just kind of like blah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of felt like today's game and everything. But like what's your thoughts on this game, regarding like the Aces kind of made a statement like, okay, we seen how y'all started out Minnesota, but we definitely want to let y'all know that, listen, we in a catbird seat right now, and what Meek Mill say? It's levels to this. So what was your thoughts on this game?
I think it was a big win for the Aces, especially missing Chelsea Gray. Someone as huge as her. In regards to her impact on the game, I think that it was also important because it was their first road win as well. So they are trying to show you that, hey, we cannot only win at home, but we can also win on the road as well. I think for me, the biggest difference in the game was the points in the paint. The Aces had 32 points in the paint to Minnesota's 18 points in the paint. Very back and forth game in the first half. Very, very close. And then the Aces went on a 10-1 run to close out the first half. I just have to highlight, and I know that I talked about her last week. I know I gave her flowers, but again, Jackie Young, she didn't have a great game last game, but in this particular game against the Lynx, she played well, ended the game with 19 points and 10 assists. And to start this season, Jackie is now the first player to record more than 100 points, 40 assists, 25 rebounds, and 10 steals over a stretch of 5 games. And I think that people are really overlooking what she's doing. It's an immense amount of pressure on the Aces to three-peat because it's only happened once in WNBA history, and that's with the Houston Comets. They did 4. Immense pressure on her specifically because she is now taking on the role of the point guard. And those are big shoes to fill. We know how important Chelsea Gray is to this team. We know how important Chelsea Gray is to the league. So for Jackie to transition seamlessly to the point guard position, how she has been doing. Yeah, she played in Notre Dame, but it's been a while since she had to take command, be the floor general, and get everybody in the right positions and stuff like that. And I feel like she's doing really well. And I just wanted to give her flowers on that. Also wanted to shout out Nafisa Collier, another double-double, 18 points, 13 boards. Rough shooting night for K-Mac, 3-4-11 from the field, only ended up with 11 points. So I think in order for them to do well, K-Mac and Nafisa have to both have a good game.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, I do think that Minnesota misses Diamond Miller. She had successful on her right knee surgery on her right knee, and I think her absence definitely is felt with this team because of what she brings to the table too as well. And really hope that she gets well and come back because I really enjoyed her. You know what I'm saying? I think that she's a really great player, really great young player, and I just hope that when she comes back, hopefully she comes back this season. We don't know really. That she gets to bounce back really quick, because she's a nice little young talent. Somebody that can put the ball on the floor, somebody else that can put the ball in the basket to help, MVP, K-Mac, and everybody else too as well. And also another player too that I liked on Minnesota is I cannot say her last name, man. I know it starts with a Z, but her name is Cecilia. Good shooter. She had 12 points that game too as well, as long as Courtney had 12 too. But yeah, we look ahead, Minnesota. It was a levels type of game with this. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the next one. On May 30th, also Chicago Sky versus the Los Angeles Sparks, and the Sky took this one 83-73. Marina Mabrey, 20 points, made 6 3-pointers. Elizabeth Williams, who's having a stellar season, All-Star. What we doing when we start doing these votes? Is Elizabeth Williams an All-Star? Let's talk about that in the chat. She had 17, 11, and 4 blocks as well. Angel Reese, she made 2 clutch layups down the stretch as well. The Sky had a 21-point lead in the third quarter. The Sparks went on a 20-8 run to cut it, make a game of it. But then the Sky, kind of held them at arm's length and everything. I got a question for you, Lolo, before you go in. Like, what can the Sky do to become a strong contender, in this Eastern Conference? So now that they got Cardoso back, they got a kind of a well-rounded team. They remind me of a Dallas Wings team from like 2 years ago. There's a lot of potential with this team, but what's your thoughts on this Sky though?
I think that they have a great front court. They have a lot of pieces that will help them in the future, but also I think that they're good enough to kind of make noise in the league right now. And I personally think that they have shocked a lot of people just based on their record might not show, but just based on how well they've been playing and how they've been competing. I think that they go, and this is going to sound wild, I think that they go as Marina Mabrey goes. She is their bucket getter. When they need a bucket, they go to Marina. And I don't know. I really, really like this team. They have a lot of people that you just want to root for. They have a lot of folk on their team that you just really, really run a root for. And like I said before, Teaspoon has these women ready to run through a wall for her. One of my favorite parts of the game the other day was when she was mic'd up. I hate the end game interviews. Absolutely hate them. But it was a great opportunity to just hear her passion when she was on the mic, her passion. And you thought that she was about to run out there and give you 40 minutes on the floor too. So long story short, I think that it's going to take time. I think it's going to take growth. They're a very, very young team and they just have to stay healthy. I think that's the main thing. But I think that they have a leader at the helm that is going to steer them in the right direction. And in regards to this game, I think that Chicago got off to a very, very hot start. They kind of played with their food as well, gave the Sparks a little bit of a glimpse of hope. And I just wanted to shout out again, De'Erica Hamby. I talked about her last week as well, but she's continuing to have stellar play. Yet another double-double, ending the game with 24 points and 13 boards. And also Kia Nurse added 17 points. I will say I like the adjustment with Rakia Jackson starting. I don't know if that's because of the injuries with Codename being on concussion protocol and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's the case, if it's because of injury or not. However, I do like Rakia starting, just efficient from the floor, 4 for 5 from the field, and scored 10 points. So, yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I have a video of me asking De'Erica Hamby a question about her improvement for her game and stuff. I wish I had it on me right now. I don't have it on me and stuff. I tried to get it, but not in time. But the improvement that she made this season, man, from last season is crazy. We know that she had the baby, salute to that. But man, it's still the work that she had to put in, doubling up on all her numbers from the points, the rebounds, and the assists, man. She's been a real special player. And I do have the video actually, and I'm going to post it in a second. What else before I post this video though? What else is your thoughts on De'Erica Hamby though? Like the work ethic that she has. You being a mom, having a baby and everything like that. The toll it takes on your body. Just let the fans know how crazy it is.
Well, I can't speak for her because I'm not a professional athlete. So I have no clue what it's like to actually work out to a level to get your body ready to play at a professional athlete's ability, I guess is the best way to say it. However, as a normal person who's just trying to work out and get back into pre-baby weight, it's difficult, especially if you're in your 30s. It's difficult. A lot of people don't know that just even with your hormones, they don't regulate until 2 years after you have a kid. So dealing with that, she also has another, young kid that's under, I would assume Amaya is under 7 or 8 years old. So, being pregnant, having the baby, trying to work out and get back in shape while you're still trying to be a mom to a newborn, whether she's nursing or not, like it's a lot of moving parts that go into it that people that either don't have kids or people that are not women don't really understand. So I respect her so much for being able to, put in the work on her body and put in the work on her craft. Like she has gotten better. You can, it's no denying that she has been in the gym. Her skill set has gotten better. And in the beginning of the year, she literally said, like the first game, she said, I'm going to go out there and play like the best player every game. And she's been doing that, regardless of who's on the floor. It could be Asia on the floor. It can be Stewie on the floor. She's going to give you 110% every time.
Yeah, and I can't get the video up. I don't know why I can't get the video up. It's literally right there in my files. It's not moving over. So what I'll do is just I'll splice it in. Y'all hear the quote on the podcast and everything. But yeah, man, like she's just really been having an amazing year, man. I'm really just happy for her and stuff. Like I like her, everything that she went through last year, you know what I'm saying? And to get to this point where she's basically having, if like I said, I think she's been in 9 years, so she can't win most improved player. She won that award running away this year, to be honest.
What's the criteria for that? I was looking it up. What's the year criteria for eligibility? I didn't see one.
I think it's like 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? But I know that she's been in there 9 years. I've never seen like in any league. I've never seen nobody win a most improved player. In their later years and everything. So
my question is because so she's been in there for 10 years, but I don't think, and this is for every league, you're right. I literally Googled it to see what the criteria was, and I couldn't find a definite answer. But I think it's kind of biased, right? Like just because you're in your 9th year, that doesn't mean that you could get better.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that too, because there's a lot of players like if you look on the NBA side, like a player like Kyle Lowry comes to mind, somebody that got better, after their 10th, 11th year in the league and everything, Mike Conley, another one that was like an all-star later on in his career and stuff. So, it should be it shouldn't be no boundaries on a most improved player. If you improve your game, you should get noticed for it and stuff.
I agree.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next game. The Atlanta Dream versus the Las Vegas Aces on June 1st. And the Dream actually won that one 78-74. Gold medal Leash, 24 points. Ryan Howard, 16 points. Asia Wilson had another solid game, 28 points for the Aces. The Atlanta Dream goes on a 9-2 run to take the lead in the fourth quarter. What's your thoughts on this Dream team? We hear a lot about them and stuff as like they can be this, they can be that, but sometimes they be underachieving. I do think they need some more help regarding scoring and everything. What's your thoughts on this game and what's your thoughts on the Dream?
My thoughts actually aren't really even with the Dream. It's with what the Aces didn't do. They didn't execute when it counted the most. They didn't execute to end the game. They all shot poorly, actually. Like, yes, Asia had 28 points, 9 boards, and 4 blocks, but it took her 27 shots to get 28 points. That's not an Asia Wilson type of game. Jackie Young, I don't know if I even wrote it down, but for Jackie, like she didn't play well either. I think she ended the game I think she shot 4 for 15 and had from the field and had 5 turnovers. That's not a Jackie Young typical game. So I think that we typically don't see Jackie and Asia both struggle together, and that's literally what we saw. So that's why they lost. I guess the question for you is, should the Aces be concerned? They didn't get their second loss until July of last year. Of course, they were healthy with Candace Parker playing as well, but with the full squad playing. But it's crazy that they've gotten their second loss already in May and didn't have their second loss until July of last year, which just shows how good they were last year. That's crazy.
Yeah. No concern. No concern. It's all right. It's just a part of the game and stuff. This is the thing. No two seasons are alike, and you can still win a championship. You know,
Absolutely.
so there's no real concerns. And besides, when we get to it later on in this podcast, dun, 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 reinforcements, baby, is in the building in Las Vegas. So Vegas will be fine. I feel like they'll be fine. All right, let's move on to the next one. Staying on June 1st. Some good games on June 1st, actually. Connecticut Sun and the Dallas Wings. The Connecticut Sun win by 2 points, 74-72. Brianna Jones is back in the building, 22 points. Alyssa Thomas flirted with a triple-double, 15 points, 14 assists, 9 rebounds. And Arike Ogunbowale, what was that? 7 for 30, 0 for 8 from the 3. In this game, just letting it fly without a care and stuff. What was your thoughts about this game? Oh, shout out to DeWanna Bonner again, top 5 in points. She just surpassed 7,000 career points. She had 12 points in that game too as well. And also, Maddie Segrist, 17 points, man, big game for her. 15 points. Somebody that a lot of people sleep on because she didn't have that good rookie year that we was expecting, especially after coming from college when she was averaging 30. Now that she had that
off playing time.
Yeah, that too. But off season got stronger, got better, and now showing that hey, I could be something in this league too as well. What's your thoughts about that game?
Very close game, especially at the end, with 72-69 lead with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. And then, of course, Alyssa Thomas staying scoring the next 4 points. I just want to shout out to DeWanna Bonner because I feel like she is a player that often gets overlooked. Top 5 in all-time scoring is a difficult feat to attain. And when people are talking about the top 5, top 10 players of all time, DeWanna Bonner's name is never in the conversation. And I just need people to start putting a little bit more respect on her name.
Wait a minute.
What top 10 have you heard with DeWanna Bonner in there?
DeWanna Bonner, top 10. That's a list right there. Ooh, that's a list.
Listen, people won't have to start, I guess, because I don't know what the reason is for her not getting as much praise as she deserves, because top 5 all-time scoring is very difficult to do in this talented league.
Facts.
And the fact that no one ever talks about her, never champions her, is just bothersome to me, because I think she deserves a little bit more love than she gets. And so shout out to DeWanna. What's this, her 16th year? 15th year? 15th or 16th year, still putting up good numbers, still showing the youngins that, hey, I can still flat out play basketball. I heard on the WNBA Spaces the other day that Dejanay Carrington was on there, and she was just like, what impresses her most about DeWanna Bonner is the crazy shots that she hits in the game. It's not luck. These are shots she's hitting in practice. These are shots that they see her working on. So Connecticut is a serious team. They're a serious threat. I think they are already in playoff form. So teams should be very worried about them. And as for the Dallas side, the only person I really wanted to highlight was Maddie Segrist, kind of like you said. 17 points. I think that in the last couple of games, you really see that she can contribute in this league. I'm very, very happy for her. Glad that LT is finally playing her. It took all these damn injuries for her to get playing time. But as you can see, when she's out there, she can produce. She can go get a bucket. That's someone that, hey, you need to go get a bucket. She can go get you a bucket. So shout out to Maddie. I'm loving her season so far.
Yeah, facts.
Exactly. Hold on, Deshelle said, and Dion spent a ton of years as a 6th woman. Top 5 is amazing. I agree 100%.
Listen, that's a great question you asked earlier, though. Is DeWanna Bonner in top 10 all time? We're gonna have to look at the list, because think about it. Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Candace Parker, Asia Wilson, Lauren Jackson, who else? Lisa Leslie, Maya Moore, Candace Parker. Did I say Candace Parker already?
Yeah.
Top 10. Whew, that's tough right there. That is.
You
tough.
was cooking bread today?
Huh?
You was cooking bread today?
You know what? I just want a podcast. That's all. I want to do a podcast. That's all.
Is the water bottle top 10? We really gonna have to dive into that and look at the numbers for real.
Yeah. You know what? We need a lotion sponsor too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And
We
Lauren
really
never gave me the list. She never gave me the moisturizer list, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, anybody listening out there, if y'all got cocoa butter, y'all got some shea butter, something, send it to this brother here, man. Send it to this man. I know them knuckles be crying for thirst.
They cracking. I hear them right here.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they crazy, man. You know, hey, listen, man. It is what it is. All right. Sorry.
Hold on, real quick before we move on. Did you expect Connecticut to be this good so early on?
8-0? No, I didn't see this. No. Anybody that say they did is lying. I didn't see this. I mean, they're solid. They're a solid team, but I didn't see this coming though. To be honest, you know, listen, you play who you play on the schedule. They have some tough games and stuff they had to pull out and everything. So, you know, I like what they're doing, man. I can't wait till we get to the power rankings on them too, on the next episode. All right, so let's move on to the last game of the week. And this is going to be probably the longest one because, well, we're talking about the Indiana Fever versus the Chicago Sky. And the Indiana Fever wins that one by 1 point, 71-70. Kelsey Mitchell had 18 points. Nalissa Smith had 17 points and 9 rebounds. Caitlin Clark had 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 11 points. And also a physical altercation between her and Kennedy Carter. Like this game, man, whatever. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes part of this thing right there, man. You know,
hold on. Let's rewind. On the Chicago side, Camila Cardoso made her.
I know. I was getting to that. I know. Yo,
played
all right.
18 points, shot 5 for 7 from the field, and ended the game with 11 points and 6 boards. Listen, when Cardoso, she might give some people a run for her money for Rookie of the Year. When she's off a minutes restriction, yeah. I mean, the way she runs the floor. How you run a floor like that at 6'7"? Like she just be out that like perfect form. Like she be out there running, boy. Like I'm excited. I'm really excited to see her play. I'm really, really excited for them getting her back.
Man,
and like it's gonna be scary for a long time with her and Angel Reese. Whew.
But can Angel Reese play the 4? That's how this is all gonna work for them. Can Angel Reese play the 4? Can she develop the skills in these next 2 to 3 seasons to play the 4? You know what? She's not going to do it, but she needs to go play overseas, to be honest. She needs to play in Europe and learn how to play the power forward position because that's how this is going to work. I'm going to be honest. If she wants to play the 5, she's going to be a backup to Camilla. You know, like Camilla with that size and that athleticism getting up and down that court. You know, she's a load in the paint. And, like, look, the skill set is there, man. And it's just crazy because I think a year and a half ago, I didn't see Camilla with an offensive game like this. And it's like you can actually rely on her, go to her plenty of times in the post whenever you need a basket and everything, you know. And seeing her and Aaliyah go at it, too. Now, this is funny, right? Aaliyah Boston shot 4 for 14 in this game, right? But she was, oh, come on, man. Really? Everybody's going at me on the comments now. Seamoss and Ashy Knuckles. This is what we doing. All right, y'all. Whatever, chat. I love y'all too, man. Now, but Aaliyah Boston, 4 for 14, but was the best post player in the game. You know what I mean? The defense, she knew what Angel was going to do, stifled that. She knew what Camilla was going to do, stifled her at points too as well. It was just like a professional practice with her. Like she knew exactly what they was going to do. Got the big and one and everything. I was very impressed with Aaliyah Boston. We know that she's struggling to start the season and stuff, but that game right there, like her play was kind of like the reason that they won that game.
I mean, in the 2 wins that the Fever have, Aaliyah's play is the reason why that they have won. Like,
yes,
the thing is, people are box score watching and they're not actually watching the game. Like, you can see her leadership there. You can see her playmaking abilities there. They just weren't knocking down the shots when she was actually passing them the ball. But Aaliyah Boston, like I've been saying from beyond the season even starting, the Fever will succeed when they play through Aaliyah. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I don't know why Christy is overcomplicating things. Mm-hmm. Like, I get it. The whole world wants to see Caitlin Clark. We get it. They can still see Caitlin Clark even while playing through Aaliyah Boston. Like, it opens up everything so much more. They need to use Aaliyah kind of how Texas used Madison Booker. Like, they need to use her as that in the high post, and she's making the decisions. They need to bring Caitlin off of more screens. They need her off more off-ball action. Like, these are the ways to get her open. Like, it's literally apparent. Like, when Aaliyah Boston is involved in the focal point of the offense, even without her scoring, they win. Like, because she's a good decision maker. She's an underrated passer. Like, these are her attributes. And so I agree with you. Like, on paper, if you just read the box score, it doesn't look like she made that much of an impact. But if you actually watch the game, you would know that she did. And I think it's funny because the strength trainer for South Carolina posted a tweet that said Aaliyah texted her directly after the game, like, basically like, how the heck did Camilla get this strong? Like, I didn't realize that she was just strong. So I thought that was cute and that was funny. But go ahead, lead us off with the Kennedy Carter. Give us the play. What happened?
Well, I mean, obviously it was a highly controversial moment and stuff with that off-ball foul. Now everybody's reacting to it. We see it. It reacted around the world. We've seen it on the world news Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy and stuff. So let's start from the beginning, okay? And the beginning is not Kennedy Carter hitting Caitlin Clark, all right? Let's get that out the way right now. It was a couple plays down. They're just going at it, competing. Caitlin Clark bringing the ball up. They, bumping and grinding and everything. And then something happened. They got a little mix-up. They're fighting for the offensive rebound. Caitlin was just standing there, and then she decided to get into the play. And then I think that, like, she put her hands on Kennedy. Then a basket was made, and she looked back, talked a little bit of trash and stuff. And then Kennedy came down. I think that before Kennedy got the shot, Caitlin put her hands on her again, kind of like pushed her in the paint. And then when the shot was made, they're going to give the ball to Caitlin. And Kennedy, called her the B word and then pushed her. And then that actually kind of, I would say that cost them the game. That they lose by 1 point. You know what I'm saying? Because to go to, make the free throw and this, that, and the other, now, I don't have an issue with anything that Kennedy Carter did at all. I don't have an issue with anything Caitlin did. I look at it as two players that was just competing. People saying that, hey, this is an unnecessary basketball thing. I mean, it's basketball. A lot of unnecessary stuff is going to happen in the game of basketball. That's all on the court right there. It's just two players that just doesn't want to give it up and everything, So and that's just what it is. And I just think that the fans are just blowing it out of proportion and stuff. Calling it an assault is crazy. Calling for suspensions in games is insane, and then just like going in the DMs of Kennedy Carter or anybody else that's supporting, Kennedy or whatever is wild. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. It's wild. And I was just like, man, come on, this is basketball. This is what y'all wanted, right? It'd be a lot of the same people, man. The NBA is soft, but the WNBA is too physical. Uchiwali, One Mike, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, A Bug's Life, Ants, pick something and live with it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just thought that it was cool to me. You know what I'm saying? So I started posting like on Twitter. I was posting like a lot of runs, like physical highlights and stuff. Like, like this is what it's going to be from here on out. There's no jealousy when it comes to women's basketball, Caitlin Clark and all those other stuff. These players are not jealous. What they're going to do is they're going to test your gangster and see how, what's the hype about? You know what I'm saying? Like, we seen it on the men's side when LeBron James first came in. We seen it when they were trying to test Victor Wembanyama of the Spurs with, seeing that he with his body and seeing that if he could take the physicality and stuff, even on the women's side, we see it, Maya Moore, Candace Parker, they tried it her first game, but she's just on a different level. Like, this is just what it is. Aaliyah Boston went through it last year with the fouls that she wasn't getting called and stuff. So this is just a rite of passage with veterans, teaching the rookies on what to expect and stuff. They just trying to bust her ass. That's all they're trying to do and everything. But before I let you go though, however, I do wish that more people give Caitlin Clark a lot of credit though, right? She don't complain about it. She knows, she understands, and she doesn't really complain about it. Now, I think that when she was saying that it wasn't a basketball play, I was just like, I don't want you to say that now. You know what I'm saying? This is all part of the game. But I do like the fact that as a rookie, Like even when she's giving me a little bit of that Diana Taurasi talking shit, doing a little physical, little cheap plays and stuff that she be doing and stuff. But I like that she's not backing down. I appreciate it. It's fun. It's fun to watch and stuff. But everybody goes through these times, man, when you're first coming in. Like even in a playground and stuff, it starts like that. Like I got a friend, Lauren, LeBron. You know what I'm saying? When I first met LeBron, I flagrant fouled him on a blacktop on a concrete court or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just told him, deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like looked at him and like, hey, deal with it. Like it happens. This is nothing new in basketball. And I wish that these new fans just get over themselves and stuff and stop tripping. And also stop bringing the whole racial issue into it or whatever. It's just a basketball play that people is just competing about. Has nothing to do with whatever is black and white or whatever. Like that stuff in regards to the on-court stuff, like we got to leave that stuff out of there. I just wish that more people would just appreciate two competitive basketball players.
Okay. All right. I think that it's multi-layered, and let me first start by saying that people also tried it with my goat, Candace Parker, but y'all saw my goat wasn't with the shits. Okay. Like she wasn't with the shits. Sis is from Chicago, not Iowa. She wasn't with the shits. So sometimes you have to show these players, like, listen, I'm not the one to be played with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get it. Like every rookie is going to go through this. So it's frustrating when new fans are saying that they're being extra physical with her. They're doing this, they're doing that. Did y'all not just see Angel get chokeslammed last week? Like she literally got chokeslammed. Like we were on WWE. Like what are we talking about? Like this is what happens. The WNBA is physical. We have been saying this for years. When Kennedy Carter made the play, was it a basketball play? No. But does it happen in basketball all the time? Yes. Like, I mean, I think that it's typical for people to it's typical for the person that is retaliating to always get caught. The initial person who started it never gets caught, and that's what happened. Like if you go back and watch the tape, which a lot of people didn't do because they don't watch the games, they just watch clips on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram, whatever the case may be. But if you actually go and watch the game before that exact play, like you said, Caitlin was not in the play. She got into the play and she threw an inadvertent elbow. The elbow connected. It was not on purpose, but as she was going back up, as they were running back up the floor, she was chirping. Mm-hmm. You want to chirp? All right, bet. Like she chirped with the wrong person because Kennedy is about that smoke. Do y'all not remember what happened in Atlanta? She not playing games, bro. Like it's just certain people that's not playing around, and that's one of those people that's not playing around. So, I mean, I think it should have been a flagrant one. They upgraded it after the game, which didn't help anything. But I think it should have been a flagrant one. But that's it. Like calling for a suspension, calling for all of this is bull. It's basketball at the end of the day. It's not like she threw the girl on the ground and stomped her in the chest like old crazy boy talking about the enforcer, Draymond. Talking about, getting an enforcer. Like, the thing that stuck out to me, though, was that none of her teammates came to her defense. Because when I played in high school, this is high school basketball. Anyone does that to my teammate, that shit's not rocking, bro. It's not rocking. Like, it's just not. Like, it's not. Like, your teammates are only not going to come to your defense if they're not really messing with you. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a beam. Like, Thanks. You let somebody do that to somebody on your team that you like, that's your friend. Exactly. So I noticed that was one thing I noticed. And then the last thing I want to say is these NBA players, Austin Rivers, Matt Barnes, can y'all please shut the fuck up? And I'm sorry, but can y'all please shut up? Like, we don't need y'all coming to tell us what to do with the W. We have been functioning for almost 30 years without y'all watching. Okay. So please stop telling women what women need to do. Like, have y'all not learned anything from Congress? Like, stop telling women what women need to do. Mind y'all business, bro. Like, please, like, just, like, I'm sick of these narratives. Like, it's exhausting. It's frustrating. And the final point I will make about the situation, people that are solely Caitlin Clark fans, all this racial discourse really has to stop. Like, I literally saw something so disgusting yesterday.
I know, I saw that. You want to mention that? That was crazy.
But that, like, because sometimes people think that we're exaggerating when we talk about stuff like this. But it was, and I'm going to say, it was literally a picture of Caitlin Clark. She was in Derek Chauvin's position with her knee on Kennedy Carter's neck, as the same, you know, what happened with George Floyd, how George Floyd was murdered. And this is circulating around the internet. Like, it is basketball, bro. Like, we're bringing a homicide, like a murder in this. Like, it is basketball. Like, y'all have to get a grip. Go outside and breathe in some air into your lungs and touch grass. Like, honestly, because this is ridiculous. Like, the whole racial shit, like, it's really getting out of hand. And it's just nasty, bro. It's basketball. Like, you got people, you know, you literally have Caitlin Clark's teammates having to delete their social media because the fans are disgusting. You literally have people having to turn off their comments because the fans are disgusting. Let these women hoop. They are professional athletes. Let them hoop.
Yeah, let's not babysit women's basketball. Let them do their thing and stuff. And yeah, that I was very disgusted with that picture, man. I didn't. That was nasty. And you know, like I'll probably be the one that'd be like, yo, you know what? Hey, listen, like, we like new followers and all that other stuff, man. But that right there made it unfun, man. It made it unfun to really just talk about, like, you know, what's really going on and stuff like that. And you know, as far as the teammates not having, you know, her back or something like that, you know, I just think that, you know, as far as the enforcers too, like, I don't think there's need to be an enforcer in women's basketball and everything. I also don't like when they be like, well, Aaliyah Boston needs to be an enforcer. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm not letting my number one pick, my rookie of the year, my all-star, you know what I'm saying, future Olympian or whatever, be an enforcer. I'm sorry. You know, now
well, it's because they don't. It's because they think they treat Aaliyah like she's a role player. People think that she's a role player. That's the problem.
Yeah, people need to understand what Aaliyah Boston really is and stuff, and don't let this season, you know, really, you know, the start of her second season, you know, get it twisted and everything. Aaliyah, she's a dog and stuff like that. And as far as like me, you know, like what you said in high school, that wasn't happening, man. Like, listen, I played with Lenny Cook, right? Lenny Cook was the number one player in the country. And with the number one player in the country, he used to get beat on all the time and stuff, right? And I just used to be like, all right, yo, just let him through next time, son. I got you. And I used to just lay the hammer down on anybody, especially my guards. Like, if we play in a media game, Lauren, and somebody hacks you, I'm gonna be like, don't get up, don't get mad. Just send them back to me my way. Just come, like, you coming off the screen. Just come around my way. I got something nice for them and stuff. Like somebody's jaws getting dislocated and stuff. That's one thing, you know, you got to protect your teammates and stuff. It's not even about fighting, to be honest. It's really not even about fighting. It's about just, you know, having a strong, united front. But you know what? Also, I do think that the Fever teammates is kind of like exhausted. You know, first of all, they're playing a lot of. Listen, the WNBA schedule is crazy for them, for the Fever so far. You know,
they played the most games so far.
They play the most games. They got 5 days off, so it's going to be all good. But I'm just like, man, they probably just tired. And, you know, sometimes your brain just works when you fatigue like that. It's just like, you know, they probably didn't even catch it and stuff, you know. And it was just like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But, man, you know, as far as like what Matt Barnes and them say about, you know, getting an enforcer and everything like that, like, nah. Let her go through it and learn and stuff like that. Because once Caitlin gets stronger and everything, they ain't gonna be able to do none of this stuff to her no more. I do think that she's really athletic, really gifted offensively and stuff. And I just kind of feel like, listen, just let her go through it. Let's not babysit the women's game, man. Please, let's just not babysit it.
I agree. And one thing I'm gonna say about Kennedy Carter, bro, she's standing on all 10 and doubling down.
Yeah.
She's standing on all 10. She said, I grew up with all brothers. I'm used to fighting. What's up? And hey, I mean, I love the sport of basketball. Like, I just love the competitiveness. Like, I just love it. Like, I'm here for it. Like, I like I said before, and I will repeat it again for people that are unable to comprehend the first time. Like, I don't think it was a basketball play. I think that play does happen in basketball, though.
Yeah. Like, it's an unnecessary necessary play, pretty much, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just what it is. People do it all the time, man. People do it all the time. It is what
let
it
me
is.
ask you this, because Kennedy also came out and said that basically under her comment when she was refusing to speak to the media guy about Caitlin Clark, she goes, under the comments, she goes, I mean, outside of shooting threes, what else does she do well?
Now she's wilding on that one.
Now that, listen, all the 3 weeks that we've been covering the league since it started, that is probably the only hating comment I've heard these women actually say toward her. As much as everybody say people are hating on her, that's the only time I can say, all right, bro, you low-key hating. Like, but it got me thinking, like, if in the off season, I know it's only been 3 weeks of play, what's an area that you think that Caitlin absolutely has to work on?
You know what? People say defense. I'm not going to say defense. A lot of people don't really play defense anymore anyway. They want to play offense and stuff. I feel like what Caitlin just got to work on is I just think that is an experience thing, to be honest. I really do. I really do. Just get stronger, you know? Like, you can't say get tougher because she's already tough. You know what I mean? Like, she's willing to dish out the hits, take the hits, talk shit, do this thing or whatever like that. I know you say that she needs to get a mid-range. All right, I would like to see her get a mid-range and stuff.
Floater.
So, a floater, okay.
I think, sorry to cut you off, but I'm gonna forget. So I gotta say real quick.
I know. Gramps.
You know my memory, right?
Yeah, Gramps. Yep.
No, it's just
I forgot now. You forgot?
It's having a baby. Your memory's out of there. But yeah, specifically with Caitlin Clark, I think that the reason why I say a midi and a floater is because her game is very predictable. If she's going left, she's shooting a logo 3. If she's going right, she's driving to the basket or she's dumping it to playmate. Yeah. Her two skill sets, in my opinion, is her vision, her ability to see the floor. I've told you before, I think that she's one of the best full court passers I've ever seen. That's men or women. So that's number one. And of course, her range. I think it's a lot of aspects of her game that she can improve on. And that's not coming from a place of like malice or disrespect, but outside of shooting threes and outside of being able to pass the ball well, what else does she do well?
Well, she can't finish at the rim. You know, no, she can. A lot of guards have trouble finishing. She can definitely finish in traffic and stuff. Okay. You know, also her turnovers, you know what I mean? Like just slow it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think that she can improve on breaking these bad habits that she got in college. But it looked like Coach Sides is not going to let her break those bad habits because, you know, she's not really being coached hard. Like I would like to see a rookie get coached and everything. So, you know, but you know what's also crazy about the turnovers too? The early turnovers, it's weird how they judge turnovers now. It was some plays where she passed the ball and a player caught it, but like fumbled it really fast. And then they give the passer the turnover. I was just like, that's interesting. So I got to look up.
It's been like that.
I didn't think that, like, if you like, let's say if you pass me the ball and I catch it and then I dribble it right away off my foot, like the passer gets the turnover and stuff. So I was just like, okay, that's interesting or whatever. So
because technically you don't have possession of the ball yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess that like the passes that she also got to throw, like sometimes you just got to, you know, dumb it down. You know what I'm saying? And let your teammates catch up and stuff.
But I think her decision making is a step slower because some of the passes she makes, they would have worked in college, but these women are more athletic and quicker in the WNBA. So like the full court passes, I forgot who intercepted it, but the other day I saw her do a full court pass. I saw exactly where she was going to, and it was wide open. I can't remember who stole it, but I saw exactly where she was going to, and when it was wide open. But these women are just faster. They're more athletic. So I think it's going to take time. Right. I think it's going to take time for her to just get caught up to game speed with that and just being more decisive with her decision making. That's the thing. Like I think she's taking a little bit too long to make decisions. Whereas in college you could do that, but in the WNBA you can't anymore. So I think that's going to come with time. She's going to adjust, and I think she needs to also adjust her shot selection. Like where she's having 10 to 12 threes a game, that has to stop. Like, I'm sorry, that has to stop.
Yeah, see, now that's tough too, because if she can get up her percentage, they normally want you, when you're shooting 40% from the three, they kind of want you to take them that many threes. So it's kind of with Caitlin, honestly, I just think that she's in a shooting slump. You know what I mean? Because she gets good looks. I mean, we've seen that she can hit the long range bomb and stuff, and she actually has a great percentage from further out than she has up closer to the 3-point line and stuff. So it's like she's just probably in that kind of, you know, of a shooting slump. The physicality is wearing on her and everything. Like even tonight, I know we're not supposed to talk about the game tonight, but you know, we're not gonna go into it, but she shot bad. You know what I'm saying? I just think that
it was her worst shooting night in college and the pros.
In high school too, probably her worst shooting night ever, to be honest.
Probably so, probably
you
so.
know, probably, you know, but you know, it is what it is. You know, I just think that she, like you said, she got a lot to work on and stuff, but the experience is going to come more. I think that what Darius said, that she can develop into Sabrina. I think that Caitlin's offensive game, I think that she has a higher ceiling than Sabrina Ionescu. You know what I mean? I do.
Too. I do.
I think that she's
can be way better.
Yeah, she's a better playmaker. They pretty much do the same thing. But the thing with Caitlin, what makes her tough is that she's going to always get the assist. She's in there doing the rebounding and stuff like that. So she's, you know, off is more than her game than just like, all right, let's put these points on the boards and stuff. But because she does the other stuff, low key underrated. Listen, one of the best shot blockers in the W right now. Let's get it.
Apparently.
Steals and stuff. So she's doing her best. And you know, on defense, she's competing.
She is competing. She's competing. You're absolutely correct.
You don't need to be a lockdown defender, people. All you got to do is just compete. That's all you got to do, pretty much. That's half the battle right there. And she does that, you know. But once this team get better, once this offseason comes and everything, I kind of feel like this Fever team, they still have a bright future, though. I think that we all drunk the Kool-Aid when we was saying 20 wins, though, in the previous podcast. We was tripping.
Man, 20 wins. I'm looking crazy out here. I really thought... I don't know. I thought that the offense would look a little different. I thought Christy would be a little bit better. I think I gave her too much credit. And I just want to throw this out there. I know we're not supposed to be talking about the game today. But,
hold on, before you ask that though, and also because I want to bring this into, we also did not know that these players were going to go at her like the way they're going at her, where it feels like every game for the Fever is a playoff game and stuff. This team is getting valuable experience right now.
No, I thought. Why would you think differently?
I didn't think that it was going to be like this at this magnitude and stuff. I knew that we had some players that's really going to defensively get up in her. I didn't think that everybody was going to take it this personal.
For the last 6 months, the world has been telling WNBA players, you guys are not good. This scrawny girl is going to come in here and be the best player in the league. And you really thought that these women weren't going to give them her best showing every night?
Question.
Come on now.
Question. You think they waiting for Juju?
I think it depends on how the media portrays her. Yes, absolutely.
Man, listen, you know, I think Juju's gonna come in very, very ready.
But Juju's also stronger than Caitlin. Her body's like, she's more pro ready. Like her body is like a grown woman's body.
And as Paige too, I think Paige is gonna come in ready too. You know, I think Paige will look a little bit better than Caitlin, but I think Juju will transition a little bit easier because even her body is like she already has like a grown woman body. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next subject. I know we spent a lot of time on it. We could talk about this for hours, you know. But let's move on. Let's talk about the surprise move of the week. Tiffany Hayes is back in the WNBA, coming out of retirement to sign with the Las Vegas Aces. You know, this just dropped, and we don't know the terms of the contract, but we believe that it's for the remainder of the season. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. Tiph just announced her retirement this last December, but you know, competing for a title for the Aces is kind of strong. You can't resist that, you know. And with Chelsea Gray's indefinite absence, the Aces needed another experienced veteran to come help. But you know, Tiff Hayes was named. I really didn't see coming. So I gotta ask you: do you think that Tiffany Hayes returned to the Aces with Chelsea Gray's situation going on with her injury? Think this is like a great pickup, a key factor for them to try to three-peat this season?
I think it's a great pickup. Let me first start by saying that the most shocking thing for me this year was that the Aces didn't sign a max player in the offseason. I thought it was a no-brainer because they had enough money to get another max player. I thought players were going to be knocking down their door to come join a team so that they can be a part of history in regards to three-peating and ring chasing, essentially. And when no one signed with them, that was very shocking to me. So I agree. This Tiph Hayes signing was like left field. I didn't see it coming because she said that her body was basically worn down and she wanted to experience more things in life outside of basketball. In 2017, she had her all-star year where her career averages 13.6 points per game, 3.3 rebounds, 2.4 assists. The thing I like about her, especially for this team, is she can take you off the dribble. She's good at attacking the rim and good when she's going downhill. And she can also step back and hit the three. I think the main thing for them is keeping her healthy. If she can stay healthy, I think she'll be a great asset to this team. I think in the last 3 weeks, we've seen that the Aces need another scorer outside of Asia and Jackie. You never really know what you're going to get from KP. Some nights she'll drop 20. The other night she'll struggle and shoot 3 for 20 from the field. So At least with Tiph coming off the bench, she gives them a scoring option. You don't have to really call a play for her. If she gets the ball, she's going downhill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she can go out and get a bucket, kind of like how I said about Maddie Siegrist earlier. Tiffany Hayes is another person that can just go out and get you a bucket. And I think that's what they're missing, especially off the bench. I'm interested to see how the rotation works when she's able to play. I'm assuming it'll be their next game that she's eligible to play in. But right now, it also is kind of showing me that Chelsea Gray is going to be out a little bit longer than we expected. They've been very, very quiet about her injury. They haven't really said anything. I'm starting to think that she tear her Achilles because, she said I felt something pop. And that's how people typically describe their Achilles rupturing. And so the fact that she's been out since, when was it? The end of last season, and she still can't play yet. And they have been very, very hush-hush about it. It's a very serious injury that they don't want to disclose. Go ahead.
It has to be an Achilles. Maybe not even a full tear, because it can't be a calf strain. She would have came back from a calf strain by now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe, or maybe it could have been a setback and stuff. I do kind of wish, these teams be more transparent with, things that's going on regarding injuries and stuff like that.
I wouldn't be.
But I think that she probably like a little small partial tear and stuff. Damn, I feel bad for her, man. I just hope that she comes back and she comes back stronger than ever, because they're gonna need her, especially for this playoff run. Because when the offense stalls, and it did stall sometimes during the playoffs and stuff, Chelsea Gray is the best one-on-one scorer from three dribbles in the W. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it's they're gonna need her, man. They're gonna need her. But with Tiph Hayes coming back and stuff, you're getting a veteran, somebody that been around the block and everything, that knows how to play, knows how to win. So it's gonna be business as usual and stuff. But we got to see everybody else step up too as well. And salute to Jackie Young in the absence, averaging 19 points, maybe 20 points and 8 assists on the season or something like that.
20.6, and she was second in assists as the last.
Elite and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They said so. Who will be in the starting PG for Olympics? I think that's another thing that they're trying to hold her out for. I think they're trying to let her fully heal so that she can participate in the Olympics.
She should not play in the Olympics, yo.
I mean, I don't think she should either. But who knows if she'll want to? I mean, if she'll be playing in another 4 years, so they're probably, this might be her only chance. So I get it.
And I honestly think that Caitlin Clark shouldn't play in the Olympics.
She shouldn't.
And get stronger real quick.
But my thing is, if you think that these women are physical, what you think gonna happen when you go overseas? That's a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
She would get dogged out there physically, dog walk.
Well, technically, yeah, but I would say no, really, because of the talent that's gonna be on the floor with her. It's gonna be probably.
I'm talking about the physicality. She always throwing her, pouting and throwing her hands up. Where the foul? They not. They don't call foul over there. They don't. They don't call fouls. It's no way. If she makes the Olympic team this year, because I know they invited her to the tryout, the camp. But if she makes the team,
TV reasons. Come on now.
Huh?
TV reasons.
Well, yeah, politics for sure.
Yeah, it's politics. It's no other reason.
It's politics. Like, it's no way she does not. Number one, she doesn't deserve to make the team this year, and number two, it's players that are better than her that actually deserve it. So
yeah,
keep her off the team.
Yeah. All right.
Let's give them the updates for tomorrow. We have them back on tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to do our power rankings. That's Monday. We're going to do our power rankings show. Anything else we're doing too? Are we doing the list?
We might, yeah. I think we should. I think we should drop the list.
So the list that we're going to do is actually in response to, I don't know this person's name. I'm not even giving him no real Twitter love. I just know he was on Twitter. He was comparing W players to NBA players, but no. What we're going to do is we're going to compare W players to W players. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody a real education on, this talented league over the 30 years. You're trying to say that 30 years we can't come up with a comparison when it comes to WNBA players to other WNBA players. We got to do the list to WNBA and NBA. That's corny. And then comparing, what pissed me off about that list? Comparing Aaliyah Boston to freaking Andrew Bynum really set me off. I'm like, yo, that's insane. That's insane. Come on, man. And then who they compare Asia Wilson to? Because I'm like,
Anthony Davis.
Yeah, Asia Wilson. If we was to do that, Asia Wilson is more Kevin Garnett than anything. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, Jesus Christ, that's crazy.
I don't mind the Anthony Davis comparison. And I'll tell you why. I don't mind it because Anthony Davis, in my opinion, is the best defender in the NBA. Asia Wilson is the best defender in the WNBA. Anthony Davis, the only difference between Anthony Davis and Asia Wilson is Asia has more heart. Asia knows that she's the dog of the team. Anthony Davis doesn't. But skill-wise, Anthony Davis is one of the most skilled players in the NBA. Like, at his size, what he can do, he's one of the most talented players. Asia's the best player in the world for women. So I'm not mad at that comparison. He just doesn't have that dog in him like she does. Like, she has that dog. She wants to win. Like, AD's not that guy.
Interesting. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this list. It's going to be a real fun, interesting time, interesting list and stuff. And another thing I want to talk about before we go, and this is actually us signing off. I was recently in the press conference for the national media to talk about the Commissioner's Cup. And I kind of briefly I was able to get on the stage and ask Ryan Ruocco, Rebecca Lobo a question about the fans and stuff. And I want to play it for y'all. It's a little long clip and stuff like that. But, I just thought that it was pretty cool to share that with y'all and everything. But that's how we're going to sign off. So I'm not going to play it like right now. After I do my, I'll sign off. Love is love, peace. And then I'll play it. And then that's how we will end the show and stuff like that. But yeah.
Back tomorrow, 8:30.
Yeah, definitely. We will be back tomorrow at 8:30 to talk about the list and stuff like that. So I guess we can work on getting up out of here. Thank you, everybody, for listening to Keeping It 9450 Codename WBB. Don't forget to follow us on social media, on Twitter at the 9450, Instagram the 9450 _, TikTok the 9450 _, and YouTube at the 9450. We are closing in on our YouTube partnership where we're gonna start getting the money. So we need some more subscribers. We are closer than what y'all think. All right. And also, before I go, I got to give a shout out to the team for the question that I was able to ask Ryan Ruocco and Rebecca Lobo, because it was a team effort thing. We like to do this thing called divide and conquer and stuff. We did it at the draft, and we do it with our questions and everything. So K-Dot and Lolo, we was devising a plan on how we're going to ask this question in this thing, and I was like, yo, listen, we all put the question down, whatever we're going to talk about, and then whoever gets called on first asks the question and stuff like that. And the question that I asked was actually from K-Dot and Lolo. So salute to the team for tapping in and helping us get better and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate that. That was really dope. Anything else you got to add before we go?
Don't forget, if you need tickets to a concert or a game, tap in with SeatGeek. SeatGeek.com, I think it is on the computer. But yeah, tap in with them. Use the promo code the9450 and you will get $20 off your first purchase. Tap in with them. We get a profit from it as well. So support them. You get a discount, we get a profit. So, help us out. We trying to just continue to grow this thing and just continue to provide good hoops content. No hot takes. We do hot takes sometimes, but not like super hot takes. But you know what I'm saying? Like we just want to talk basketball, man. That's it. Just talk basketball.
Yeah. Definitely. And listen, if y'all do want to still donate without donating to SeatGeek for us, you know what I'm saying? Just hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're gonna make a buy us a coffee page. That's what we're gonna do. Buy us a coffee page where everybody donate $3. Also, don't forget that we on Substack too, substack.com. The 9450s at substack.com. That's the newsletter. The podcast go there first before it goes on Apple and Spotify. We got some articles on there and everything. So yeah, just happen with everything that we're doing, man. Like we outside, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm gonna play this clip for y'all. Y'all be safe. Love is love. Peace. Daniel Artest from the 9450. This question is for both Rebecca and Ryan. With the new influx of players coming into this WNBA, we got a new influx of fans. A lot of whom are really not knowledgeable about the W and how it operates. How do you two adjust your commentary to ensure that both long-term fans and new viewers can follow the game while also maintaining that objective perspective?
I think Rebecca actually did. So I love that question, first of all. So thank you, Daniel. Rebecca actually did something to address this specific audience in one of our games earlier this season, where she broke down just how many fouls you get in the pros, knowing that there was a lot of people migrating from the college game who are used to 5, and in the pros you get 6, and there's a phrase that Tim Corrigan uses, who's our senior coordinating producer for the NBA, who has been involved in the WNBA for years, that Sarah Guerrero, who oversees us with the WNBA, uses as well, that I love. That's be kind to the accidental viewer. And the reality is, when you have an expanded audience, usually we use that phrase about, say, the playoffs, where all of a sudden you're going to have people that aren't there the whole year. And so you're going to retell some of the stories for people who may not know some stories that somebody who's in it day in, day out does, but you're going to be kind to them, right? Well, it's the same kind of thing. This isn't the accidental viewer, but this is the new viewer. And we want to be kind to them when it comes to explaining some of the rules of the WNBA, and then also some of the storylines as well. And I do think there's a way to do it that's not insulting to the current audience, or that isn't, it doesn't bog down the current audience who's been there, but also serves the new audience. What do you think, Rebecca?
No, I agree with you 100% on all those things. First of all, my feeling is welcome. Welcome to all the new viewers of the WNBA. Whatever level of knowledge you have, we are thrilled that you are watching. But I know the first game of the year when Ryan and I did Indiana at Connecticut, we were talking about this during commercial breaks, said, she's picked up a couple of fouls. Let's remind the viewers, or tell the viewers for the first time, that you get 6 fouls. Let's explain, and this is even for current WNBA fans, the challenge rule. You don't have a challenge in college, and this year you have a second challenge if the first one is successful. That is new. So I think sometimes we are a little bit more deliberate, especially when it comes to the difference in rules from the college to the pro level. But my big thing is just, I know there's chatter here and there's chatter there. None of that really matters as long as people are tuning in and watching, because they're seeing elite level basketball. Maybe they're getting introduced to some players that we are all very well aware of because they've been successful in the WNBA, but maybe some of these new viewers haven't been watching them. That's okay. Welcome. Keep watching. You're going to get treated to really great women's basketball. And then it's Ryan and my job to explain what's happening on the basketball court in whatever terms we feel are necessary. And then, but in particular, I think, really explaining when there's a difference in the rules from the college game to the pro game so that people understand what's going on.